So
Okay.
I'm going to go through 4 of them. I'm going to say buy, sell. I'm going to give you the point. Let me know if you're a bull or a bear, buy or sell on each of these points. And just give us a quick reason why behind the or a little rationale. So I'll start.
Okay.
Buy or sell. There will be more technology options for advisors to sift through in the coming 5 years than there are today.
Buy. There will always be more technology. The challenge is figuring out which ones are staying, which ones are going, and which ones are actually valuable for your firm. I say all the time, there's a ton of tech out there, but it doesn't mean it's right for you.
Right. Love it. Buy or sell. Financial advisors are missing out on a huge growth opportunity with the mass affluent market.
I would buy and sell it.
So you're hedging your bet.
I'm hedging right now. So here's why. Number one, you have to be the right advisor or financial planner in order to service those types of clients. And like anything that we've talked about today, you have to be passionate about it. So if it's not your type of client, and if that affluent client doesn't fit your business model and your services and you're not interested, that's okay. It might be harder for you to gain growth, and it might be more work, but that's okay as well. Yeah. So I think that it does take the right personality match between, HNW clients to the advisors and the planners. If it's right for you, great. If it's not, you will still be able to sustain and grow.
Yeah, and I think that you have to, what we talked about earlier is that you have to have the processes for that demographic, for that growth mechanism. You better be the most very, very efficient in terms of understanding your tech ecosystem and understanding your processes. And if it's not you, it's okay. That's fine.
Exactly.
Don't try to be someone you're not.
And remember, just if you are efficient and you have everything tied so tightly, it doesn't mean that you're not giving that attention to your clients, right? I use the Wizard of Oz approach and say, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. That's what needs to be happening in your office, and your client doesn't feel any different. They feel just as valued and special.
I love it. Buy or sell. Greater than 50% of an advisor or advisor team's day-to-day is around items or tasks that are not strengthening the client relationship.
Yeah, buy. It's more than 50. It's 99%.
99.
It's crazy. I mean, from my perspective, advisors are always doing more tasks and more medial things that either could be delegated, could be automated through technology or systems. It is probably one of the leading things that creates firms to be non-efficient. So I will say that sometimes advisors and planners pick the medial tasks because they're scared to grow. Yeah. Sometimes we do the things we're comfortable doing and controlling the things we're comfortable doing rather than letting other people and technology help you along the way. And so I think that's where a lot of the coaching and consulting comes in, is to say, if you were to get rid of that, what would you want to do? Yeah. Right? That's the first thing you ask yourself. If I could give you 2 hours a week back, what would you do with that 2 hours? Some advisors might say, I would golf. I would spend time with my family. I would rainmake. I would go and start selling. The answer is completely up to you. But a lot of advisors have not decided what they would do with the time. Therefore, they continue to do the medial stuff.
And it feels like they're making progress. It feels like I'm doing something when I do of the, I feel like I'm growing the business, but you're really not. And I think if there's a quote that we can take away from the conversation today, it's advisors need to be better at being comfortable being uncomfortable, right? That's the only thing you should be comfortable with, is being uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that, so I run my business based off of a John Wooden quote. If you're familiar, he's an amazing writer, also professor and coach, let's not forget. But his quote is, if you don't have time to do it right, when will you have time to do it over?
Yep.
And I find that to just be so relevant. When I say that quote, when I speak at conferences, everybody's heads nod, no matter what your business is, and no matter what position your business is currently facing. Yep. So, you can continue to just do the small things and run in your hamster wheel. But if you'd like to do it right one time only, you might have to strategize first.
Get uncomfortable. I agree. Last one, you're pretty bullish, except for the hedge, the little hedge there in the middle. Buy or sell, financial advisor firms need to spend more time with their technology once it is bought.
Yeah, buy.
Why?
I guess you're seeing a trend. Why? There is a difference between usage and adoption. And that difference is specific to each firm and, to be honest, to each user. So if you buy a portfolio management tool, okay, when you do that, your trader will use that differently than your client service manager, than your advisor, than your planner. So to think that one tool can suit all is very fair, but how they use it and how they adopt it is very different. How it integrates with systems, how it is built into your processes are all the things you have to consider. So yeah, I talk about this often with all the recent conferences that are going on, and you walk into those vendor halls and take a deep breath, and it's bling. It's bling. And if you're going to buy the bling, you have to be prepared of the impact it will make. And also, let's be clear, that impact could solely just be on your bank account. We have firms that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on technology, and they know how to use about 10% of it. So whether it's an impact on people or your processes, or whether it's just an impact on your bottom line of revenue, it's important to pay attention to.
Yeah. So very bullish and in agreement with a lot of that. Very bullish. The bling. If you're going to buy the bling, you got to understand what comes with it. And I think that you can, marriages, anything of that nature, when you buy the ring, you got to understand what's coming with it, right? It's going to be ups. Absolutely. It's going to be downs. If you're not, then you shouldn't be buying the bling. I love that example by you. I